Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday in the second week of 2024. Last week I talked a little bit about, looking at our goals and setting some stretch goals. And I think something that needs to be on our radar as far as we're setting those goals is maybe planning out our year in safety. So obviously when we start the year off, there are a number of different tasks we have to complete. First off, we may have to review and put together an OSHA 300 and an OSHA 300A, which will be posted from February through April. So that's something to be thinking about. And another thing would be probably taking a look, if you haven't already done so, at your safety program, your written safety program policies and procedures, and updating accordingly for 2024. If you need help with that, that's something that we could certainly help you with as well. But it's a really good time to work on all of your updates and make sure that you're up to speed with any changes that have occurred in either OSHA or the state program that may apply to you. I also like to recommend that we build those programs to best practices as opposed to specific standards, because once you start citing OSHA or in Washington, DOSH, whatever it may be, you're kind of pigeonholing yourself into a very specific set of standards. So your fall protection trigger height might be different, or your depth for an excavation to be protected may be different between a state standard and an OSHA standard. So either way, we tend to write ours to the industry best practices. And then thirdly, it's time to really take a look at your training roster and identify what training you need to get updated and completed with your staff. So I thought that maybe what I would do is a quick rundown, and you can easily Google this, just OSHA annual required training, but some things that you may think about that need to be done right now. Occupational noise exposure. Obviously, we have to do a baseline test for hearing loss when we're exposed to occupational noise, and you're going to want to do, your testing depending on the state you're in, either every 6 months or once a year, depending on construction, general industry, et cetera. So a good time to maybe update or get scheduled updated testing for hearing loss. If HAZWOPER applies to you, hazardous waste operations, it's probably a good time to update that. Respiratory protection, every single year we need to train and fit test our people. So it's time to put that on our radar, go through our annual refresher training on care, use, maintenance, fitting, etc. Do annual fit tests, either qualitative or quantitative. Lockout, tagout, it's time to do an update training there. Portable fire extinguishers, obviously, when we want to make sure that our annual inspections are done and make sure that everybody's trained up on the pass method or whatever you're going to use to train, but something that you want to be revisiting. Machine guarding, which may apply to you. There are a lot of very specific industry standards like logging, et cetera, that may apply. So, just some things to be thinking about. Bloodborne pathogens, HAZCOM. It's a good time to be looking at these required trainings and getting them done, or at least getting them scheduled now. Oftentimes we find that we intend to plan these things, and then we get busy and they go to the wayside and we don't get them done. So here's an opportunity and a reminder for you to maybe take a look at those things, get them on your roster, get them on your schedule. I know a lot of us use learning management systems online now, so you can go in there and you can start assigning that training out to your staff. Hopefully you find that helpful. We'll see you next Wednesday.